Hello YouTube. Today in the Naughty Librarian I am doing a mass market book unhaul. Getting rid of them. During quarantine I need to find things to occupy my brain, and one of it is constantly reorganizing my bookshelves and moving things around and seeing things, and I'm like, dude, does that need to be on my shelf? Am I gonna read it? Probably not. And in this video in particular I have just like taken out so many mass markets that I just don't think I'm ever going to actually read. So I'm getting rid of them. They're going. They are leaving my shelves. I have so much space now and I like it. By so much space I mean the shelves are still full but they're not overflowing. So there's that. I'm gonna get rid of Seduce Me at Sunrise by Lisa Kleypas. I've read some Lisa Kleypas books and so far I have not enjoyed them yet. There are like a lot of things that are good about them. I feel like they're well written and a lot of people like them, and that's great. It's just I don't know if they're for me necessarily. I haven't liked any of her romantic male leads. They've all been garbage humans. And the blurb for this one in particular is just, oh, I think I'm gonna hate this guy. So I'm like, I'm just gonna spare myself the pain. It's gonna leave. Also leaving my shelf is Dead and Dateless by Kimberly Ray. I don't even remember getting this. It's just been on my shelf for a long time, and it seems dumb, frankly. It's like, oh, I'm a vampire and I have a matchmaking service. It's like, shut up, I don't care. I'm also gonna get rid of Walk Through Fire by Kirsten Ashley, and the only reason I had this on my shelf is that someone once told me that her motorcycle romances are like trashy fun, and I was like, okay, well I have one, maybe I'll read it. And then I looked it up on Goodreads, and it's not even the first book of the series, and like I still haven't read it, and it's been like a really long time since I got this book, so I'm like, you know what? I'm never gonna read this. And also it's thick. Have you seen how thick this is? Like that is too much motorcycle time. So yeah, no, it's going. Also leaving is Master of Fire by Angela Knight. I think I got this randomly at some library book sale, and it's just, I don't even know what it's about. There's a chemist in here, and she's also an immortal witch with magical powers. So, yeah, it's not even the first book of the series, and I don't really have a lot of desire to pick it up. And I don't foresee myself really going out there to get book one of the series, so I'm just like, it's gonna go. Also leaving my shelf are two more books by Angela Knight, and that is Warrior and Guardian. These are both part of her Time Hunter series, and as soon as I realized these were time travel romances, I was like, nope, no thank you ma'am, these are leaving. Time travel never works. It's terrible and I hate it. Every time there's a time travel subplot in a book, I get so upset because it's never good. Like, it's never good. The only time I've ever liked it is like Back to the Future, and that's because they're not trying to make it good. They're like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. They're like, yeah, you know what? Go to the 50s and meet your parents before, you know, they've ever met each other. It's stupid. It's stupid. It's so stupid, and that's why I like it. This, I feel like they're gonna be like, ooh, there's science and it's important and not silly, and it's just like, it's fucking silly, and I can't. My blood pressure, oh my gosh. Also leaving my shelves are these two books by Diana Palmer. This is Wyoming Strong and Wyoming Fierce. They're about cowboys. I kept them on my shelf because they are in really good condition, and I got them at a library book sale, and I was like, maybe I'll try a cowboy book. Like, maybe I'll like it. And then I'm just like, I don't give a fuck about Wyoming or cowboys. Like, I'm sure Wyoming is lovely. I've never been there, and like, I don't really have a lot of desire to go to Wyoming. And I can't fuck with chaps. Like, they bother me. And I understand they have a reason, but like, I just don't like them. You know, we all have our things we just dislike. I'm also getting rid of these three books by Jill Shalvis. These are all part of her Lucky Harbor series. So I have Simply Irresistible, Head Over Heels, and It Had to Be You. These are probably, you know, like adorable rom-coms. And I do like some of her adorable rom-coms, but I think I'm just gonna stick to that one series I've been reading by her, because while I do like adorable rom-coms on it, you know, sometimes, I don't want to read a lot of them. They're too heartwarming, if you get my drift. Like, they're gonna turn into Hallmark movies, but with more smut sometimes, and I'm just, These look too sweet, and they're just going. I don't have any, like, intention to read these, honestly. What? Speaking of Jill Shalvis, 2 more books are leaving by Jill Shalvis. This is a different series. This is Cedar Ridge. And so I have Nobody But You and Second Chance Summer, and these are both about, like, sexy firemen doing outdoorsy things and, like, romance. And I am an indoor kid kind of a person. I am not outdoorsy, so I think that's kind of why I'm also not into cowboys. There's too much outdoorsiness, and I'm just like, I'll be inside with my book. Also leaving is Hunger Untamed by Pamela Palmer. I got this mainly because it looks like a fairly decent paranormal romance. And then I looked it up. It's not even the first book of the series. I think it's like book 4 or something. I don't know. It's pretty far over. And then I read the blurb, and the blurb looks kind of dumb too. I think this guy turns into a lion shifter kind of romancy thing. And I don't know. Oh my gosh, his name is Cougar. Nope. 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 Also leaving my book are these 2 books by Nicole Chase, and that is Suddenly Royal and Reluctantly Royal. And I remember getting these at a library book sale just because I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm in the mood for, like, a royal romance. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a prince. And I got these, and now I have second-guessed them because I feel like these might be new adult more than regular adult. And I have a love and hate relationship with new adult. I like it. There's a lot of stuff I like in there, and then sometimes it's just obnoxious to me because I remember when I was a young, you know, adult in my early 20s, and I was obnoxious, and a lot of these characters are also obnoxious. So I don't know. I've just lost my interest in them, honestly. Also leaving are 2 books by Lori Foster. I have Tough Love and Fighting Dirty. These are both about, like, ultimate fighters. Mainly just because, like, I have no interest in ultimate fighters. I think I just kept them because they're in such excellent shape. They're, like, brand new, and I got my library book sales. But then I'm like, they're just gonna be, like, dramatic and angsty. And I'm like, I'm not feeling angst right now. They're not like the first books of the series either, so I'm just like, meh, I don't really care. This one has like a cowboy novella in it too, and I'm just like, meh, I'm not gonna read them. If they've been on my shelf this long and I haven't read them, I'm probably not gonna read them. Also leaving my shelf are so many books by Carolyn Sparks. I believe these are all the books by Carolyn Sparks I own. Let's just go through them quickly. How to Marry a Millionaire Vampire, Bestill My Vampire Heart, All I Want for Christmas is a Vampire, The Undead Next Door, Secret Life of a Vampire, Eat, Pray, Love, Sexiest Vampire Alive, and Wanted, Undead or Alive. So all of these books are part of the same series. It's like her vampire-y series. I have read 2 different books of this series, although I have not gone in like publication orders, 2 random books. And one of them I've already gotten rid of, and these are all the rest of them, and I just... Okay, here's the deal. I understand this is a popular series because they're still being put out now. Like, they're still being put out. And to have like 28 books or something in a series, it's obviously very popular. There's still a market for it. However, the books I have read have been possibly earlier in the series, and the writing can best be described as cringy. Basically, there are characters of color in these books, and it is quite apparent that the author is an older white lady. So a lot of it's quite cringy, and I'm just like, am I gonna read more cringy vampire stories? I've read 2 of them. Didn't really like either. I think it's time to just part ways. I'll give these up, and then, you know what, someone who really does like the series can get these, and then they'll be really excited probably. But yeah, I don't want to deal with the cringe factor anymore. I'm just gonna get rid of them. Also leaving my shelf is The Cursed One by Rhonda Thompson. And this is a werewolf book. I think it's like actually historical, which sounded cool, but I don't think it's the first book of the series. And it's been on my shelf for so long, and I'm just like, like Victorian werewolves sounds cool in theory, but I'm like, am I gonna read it? Probably not. It's been on my shelf for like a very long time at this point. Also leaving my shelf is Kiss of Fury by Deborah Cook. This is part of her Dragonfire series, so I'm assuming there are dragons in this, which, you know, is a selling point for me. However, this isn't book 1 of the series. It's a random book of the series. I don't have any intention of buying the other books of the series. And I'm just like, it's like a dragon and dragon slayer war, and I'm like, I wish dragons were the good guys rather than the bad guys, so I'm just like, about it, kind of. So, yeah. Or maybe the dragons are the good guys. I'm not sure. There's dragons, though, which is a selling point, but it's just a random book of the series, so I'm probably not going to pick it up. I'm also getting rid of Witchling by Yasmin Galenorn. I have had this on my shelf for years, and I still haven't read it. I kept meaning to read it. Like, there was a phase where I'm just like, I'm gonna read it. I'm just gonna, like, clean off my shelves and read shit that's been on my shelf for a long time. So for a while, I was gonna do it, and then I still never did it. So I think it's just, I've passed my window for it. It also seems bad. It's kind of like, ooh, I'm a single witch in the city. And I'm like, are you though? Like, I'm done. Like, I don't really care. I don't know. I'm just not into it. Also leaving is Can You Keep a Secret by Sophie Kinsella. And I got this at a library book sale mainly because I know they made a movie out of it. And I was like, well, let's see what this is about. And the thing is, I still have not seen the movie or read the book, and frankly, it looks cringy. I did look it up in Goodreads, and I have seen a lot of things about it that I'm just like, I feel like I'm really going to dislike this if I do read it, so I think it's just better to part with it now and let it find the right reader. Also leaving my shelf are 2 books by Laurie O'Clair, so I have Long, Lean, and Lethal, and Tall, Dark, and Deadly. And I got them mainly because I'm like, oh, these look nice, they're in excellent condition, they like brand new, got on a library book sale, and you know, they're romantic suspense. Albeit I don't really read a lot of romantic suspense. I'm not against it, I just like haven't really got into it yet. And these were just in excellent condition, so I was like, all right, let's try these out. And then I still haven't ever touched them. They do look like they're going to be very smutty though. So now I'm like kind of double guessing myself, like maybe I should keep them. But I don't know. I don't know. These ones I'm a little on the fence about, but like I made a decision to get rid of them, so I probably shouldn't put them back on my shelf, but ugh. Also leaving my shelf are a bunch of books by Cara Marie Moning. So I have The Immortal Highlander, The Dark Highlander, and Highlander's Touch. And I was keeping these mainly because it's, you know, Highlanders, and people have said this series is very good. And the problem is, people also said her Dark Fever series is amazing, and I hated the first book of that series so intensely. Like, I was just screaming in rage the whole time I had to read it, because I had to read it for book club, and I would have DNF'd it, honestly. It was so bad. It was one of the worst books I've ever read in my life. It is a dumpster fire. And so I was just like, why do I think these are going to be good? That was such a dumpster fire. So, yeah, I'm getting rid of these ones. I got them at library book sales, but yeah, if I didn't like that series, like, why do I think I'm going to like this series? Last up, I'm getting rid of all of my Julia Quinn books. I've tried. I really did. I wanted to like Julia Quinn. I know a lot of people like her books, but they're just kind of too sweet for me. And I'm just not the right reader for them. So I'm going to get rid of these and maybe someone will find them and really enjoy them. So I have The Girl with the Make-Believe Husband, which I did read. The Other Miss Bridgerton. To Sir Philip with Love. What Happens in London. And 10 Things I Love About You. It's, you know, it's not you, it's me kind of situation here. I'm not going to read them. I've tried. I've read 2 different Julia Quinn books. One was better than the other, but neither of them were like my taste necessarily. So I think I'm just gonna get rid of these and let someone else find them and really enjoy them, because right now I'm just like about it. So yeah, these are gonna go. All right, so those are all my mass markets I pulled off my shelf. I feel good just like cleaning it out, getting rid of things I know I'm not gonna read, or things I forgot I owned, or just stuff that, you know what, it's just not my taste. I'm just keeping it because it's popular. But if I'm not gonna read it, why is it taking up my shelf space? Let it go off into the world and find its right reader. So, catharsis is complete for today. Let me know in the comments down below. I don't know. You could make your case why I should keep any of these, but I'm probably not going to do it. But yeah, if you just want to like discuss my decisions or like agree or disagree, you're welcome to in the comments down below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a like, and if you want to see more videos, make sure you subscribe. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye!